Hello and welcome back to the channel Cybersecurity Nation. Your free ethical hacking guide continues with day 9. In our last video, we looked at what to consider before and after installing KaliLinux for effective and smooth running of your operating system. Today we will look into the basics of KaliLinux. Linux commands, for example, how to create a directory and some commands you need in order to use the emulator effectively for your ethical hacking lectures. Before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next essential guide. So let's start the day. First, you can come here on your home screen, click on Terminal Emulator. So we're going to be running a few commands. So we get used to the Linux system that we will need in the ethical hacking lectures. So Linux comes with a lot of command, and it's not easy to remember all of the options that a command can do. So one easy way to go about it is using your man command, which is a documentation of a command. So let's say you want to use the man command. Manual is what it stands for. For ls, just click man and then the name of the command. Hit your enter key. So what it does is it gives you the documentation of the options that you can use alongside this command. You can see there are various options and it says press H for help or Q to quit. So these are the options you can use with the man command. You can scroll down and go through it on your free time. So whatever command you want to use and you don't know how to use it or what options you can use with it, just type the man command after it and you get a good description of how it works and also the synopsis and the name of the command. You see here the name of the command ls is list directory contents. So let's exit by clicking on Q on our keyboard. So currently we are on our home directory. To show what directory, our present working directory, use the command pwd, stands for present working directory. Press the enter key. You can see we are on the home screen. To know we are on the home directory, you see this sign here. I'll just increase this a bit. So yeah, okay, still too small. So yes, so you can see here home directory, Cybersecurity Nation. You can see the username. That's the indication that we're in the home directory. So we can list the files currently on this home directory using the ls command, which I just showed you earlier. Click on enter. So you can see on our home directory, we have the desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public templates, videos. And mind you, we can also view them here. Just right click on your home directory on your desktop, click on open. So you can compare. You see here we have desktop folders, documents, downloads, music. So it's same, but since we are learning how to use the terminal, so we just preferably let's run here. So the next command we're going to be looking at is, okay, we can use ls further to list long form by using the ls-l, click on enter. See, it shows you the permissions the user have on the file. Like you can see the read, write, execute. These are all the permissions a user have for a file. So we don't want to go into all this, but just so you know, another thing we can do is use the ls and -a. What this does is it shows the hidden files in your directory. So if I click on the enter, it will show you not just the folders as we saw previously. It's going to show you hidden files in addition to the folder. So the entire files, basically, you see now the dots indicates hidden files. So without this command or this option here, we wouldn't have been able to see the hidden files, which starts with dots. So to clear the screen, so let's say the screen is already too busy, just type clear and click on enter. So we have a fresh screen to continue with. So yeah, I can also, now let's say I want to, okay, let's list the folder contents. We have desktop, documents, downloads. Okay, so let's say I want to change directory to a desktop directory. What I'll do now is use the cd command, which stands for change directory. Okay, space and then desktop, type the desktop. You can also use the tab on your keyboard to auto complete it. See, it's completed. So just type it and use the forward slash. Click on enter. Yes, now you can see we've changed directory when it's no longer showing just the home, this symbol which symbolizes home directory. Now it has changed to the desktop directory. Next, to create a file on desktop directory, use the touch command and the name of the file. Let's say we name this file study file 1, number 1, and click on enter on your keyboard. So we've created a file named study file. So if you see here, notice a new file has been created named study file 1. So to list the files on our desktop directory, type ls, click enter. You see currently we have just one file on our desktop directory, which is study file 1, and that's the file we've just created. So to display the contents of the file, we can use the cat command, use cat, and the name of the file, study file 1, click on enter. The reason it's an empty command or no result is because the file is empty. It means there's nothing inside the file. So you just right click. If you open, let's say with mouse pad, you see it's empty, nothing inside. So in order to write to this file, we use a command called echo. Say we want to write something inside this file now, this file called study file 1. I'll say cybersecurity nation free ethical hacking guide. So after you write the content which you want to write into the file name, study file 1, use the forward arrow sign, which you can use, hold down your shift key and press the forward arrow sign, and then name of the file you want to write into. In my case, study file 1. You can use, and next click on enter. So it is done. It's done already. So now you can cut again to see the content of the file, study file, which we just created. Cut study file 1, click enter. So now you see the file is no longer empty. We've written into it using the echo command. So if you right click, open with mouse pad, you can see now it has Cybersecurity Nation, free ethical hacking guide. Yeah. So there is another way to do this without using the touch command to create and echo command to write. A simpler way is to use a text editor. So to do that, we can use a nano text editor. Just type nano. So we want to create another file called study file 2, and click on enter to open. So this is an editor. It has opened the nano editor. So type what you need to write. So let's say I want to write, type inside, hello class. So to save our text, what we've written, use the Control O. You can see here the menu, help signs, Control O. Next, click on enter and C to exit. You see X, use Control X. So now we've successfully created another file called study file 2 with a nano editor. You see on your desktop directory, see the file is here, and to cut the file to see what's inside, cut study file 2. You can see here hello class. So this was possible with just using the nano editor. Next, we can decide to create another file format, let's say a Python file format this time around in the same directory. So to do that, you use the nano editor. This time around, we call it study file 3, but pay attention, we use the extension .py. So this to show it's a Python file. So good thing is Python is installed on our KaliLinux machine. So click enter to open the editor. Next, type a file, let's say the function print hello class, close, and once you're done, you save, Control O to save, enter, and then Control X to exit. So we've successfully created a Python file. You see on our desktop, now we have a Python file. You see it's different icon from the other files, text files. So to run the file, given we have installed, Python is already installed in our KaliLinux machine, just type Python, okay, 3, study file, 3, py, click enter. You see it has displayed the contents of the study file 3. Yes, we'll make a progress. So next, let's learn how to make a directory. To do that, it's easy. Use the command mkdir. Let's say we're creating a CSN folder, Cybersecurity Nation folder. This is the name of the directory. So on the same desktop directory, click on enter. So you see, we've created a folder you see on your desktop. So now you can list the files on your desktop. Click on enter. So we have CSN folder, study file, text file, and a Python file. You see the difference in color showing the different file formats, and this one has a .py, different file extension. So to change a directory of a file from one folder to another, we use the command mv. We can do this by, let's say I want to change the directory of the Python file from the desktop directory to this path. What I'll do is use the mv command, the name of the file, which is study file 3.py, and then the directory I need to move into, so which is CSN folder. Click enter. So what this does is it has removed it from the desktop directory. As you can see, the file is no longer here. It has been moved from desktop directory to CSN directory. To confirm that, I can now list the files on the desktop. I use the ls command. See, the Python file is no longer there. So we can then view the file on CSN folder. We go to the folder, use change directory to CSN folder. Click ls. So now you see the Python file is now in the CSN folder. So how to copy a file? We can make the exact copy of this Python file in this same directory. To do that, we use the command cp. Cp, name of the file, let's say study file 3.py, and the name of the file name, the new file name we want to call it. So let's say we're calling it study file 4.py. Say it's not bold to show that it's a new file name. Click on enter. So now we have an exact copy of our Python file study file 3. To confirm that, and use the cat will display the contents of a file. So study file 3.py, see it shows print hello class, and the new file which we've just created, I'll use the cat command also, study file 4.py, press enter. See, exact copy of the file. There's a duplicate. So let's say we no longer need this file. So mistakenly we've created this copy, and now we want to delete it. To do that, we need to use the command rm, which is remove file. So just use rm study file 4.py, click enter. It has removed it. Now you can list the files in the directory ls. To confirm, you see now it has just one file, which is study file 3.py. What about this is how to delete a file. How do we delete a directory? The command rm will not delete a directory. So to delete a directory, first let me make a directory using the command mkdir. I think we've already done this. Dir. So let's say the directory in the new directory, csn folder 2. Click on enter. So now we have a new directory, ls, to list the files to see, csn folder 2 inside this directory, and python file. So to delete this directory or folder, use rm, name of the directory we wish to delete, csn folder 2, and arrow. Now, just to let you know one thing, the Linux is case sensitive. Let's say the name of the folder is CSN, all small letters. By mistake, I use a capital C and press enter. Let's see. You see, we get an error. Cannot remove CSN folder 2, no such file or directory. So to correct that, just repeat it. Now use small letters. Press enter. So now it comes without error. So now you list the files. We've successfully deleted a directory using the command rm -arrow. So that's the difference. Deleting a file, you just use rm, name of the file. But to delete a directory, use rm, name of the file, -arrow. So list the directory contents. Else, you see this folder which we created here has been deleted. So how to clear your screen? Just type clear. Now we have a fresh screen. So thank you for watching. I'd like to leave a practice test for you to try to do for the next lecture, and just comment your answers in the comment box. So the question is, write in a single line, create file name, write into the file, and display the file, delete the file. Using all what we've learned in today's lectures, you should be able to achieve that task. So looking forward for your answers in the comments section. Now, before we leave, if you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe for more free cybersecurity, ethical hacking tutorials, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next essential guide. See you in the next.